Welcome. Let's solve the last set for the CSAT paper 2. So the very first question here talks about a paragraph where there is a story of ass, and it says that if there is a hay in front and back, there is a definite confusion. So the idea is if in our life we have too much choices, that's not a good thing. So having too few choices or too many choices could be equally difficult. That's what can be interpreted. So D is the right option. Now the next again is a passage question, and here it talks about household finance. Now usually people have a tendency to invest either in gold or property. However, there has to be steps to encourage what the word is called as financializations, and that should be accustomed to the individual. So regarding this, based on the above information, what is actually required is a flexible environment should be developed, and a customized solution varying from one person to another must be taken into account. The next question talks about a passage that actually focuses on the pharmaceutical patents, and this focuses on the concepts of the monopoly by the firm as well as the nature of higher prices of the medicine. So the patent regime as well as the protection of the patent is equally important. Now based on this, what could be interpreted is firstly that the patent protection given to the patentees put a huge burden on the purchasing power to actually have access to the medicines, and then government needs to find the right balance between the requirements of the patient and the patentee's rights. So 1 and 4 is the right option here. Coming next, we have another question that talks about the digital economy in India, and it says that protection of privacy is not just a right but has a value in it as well, and this is a link between privacy as well as innovation. So both the statements stand correct in terms of India's need to have a growth of digital economy while securing the personal data protection along with it. Now here there is an examination. So here there are four subjects and 99% of the marks should be scored in all. That is, out of 400, 396 marks are required. Now when 396 marks are required, there can be various ways in which marks can be deducted. So let's say PQRS are the subject. It can be a case a student gets 100 in 3 subjects and just gets deducted of 4 marks in one subject. Now 4 in one and 0 in others. Now this can happen in how many ways? So 4 could be here, here, here or here. So it could happen in 4 ways, right? Now I can have 3 and 1 as the marks. So 3 could be at 4 places and the remaining 3 places 1 can be there. So 4 into 3, that is 12 ways this arrangement could be done. Then I can have 2 marks deducted in one paper, 2 marks deducted in another paper, and for the remaining papers it can be 100 marks or 0 marks deducted. So here 2 can be arranged in 4 ways, another 2 can be arranged in 3 ways, but since 2 and 2 is common, we would have 4 into 3 divided by 2, that is 6 ways in which it could be done. Now another way is 2 marks deducted from one subject and 1 and 1 marks deducted from another 2 subjects and 0 marks deducted from the remaining subject. Now in this case, this 2 could be arranged at 4 different locations, and then this 1 and 1 or the 0 could be arranged at 3 different locations. So again 12 ways in which it could be done, and then we can simply have 1 marks deducted for all the subjects. So 1 way in which this marks can be deducted. So how many would be the total number of ways? 4 plus 12 plus 6 plus 12 plus 1, that is 12, 12, 24, 24 and 10, 34, 34 plus 1, 35. So the answer here would be 35 different ways. So that's how we solve this question. The next is there are 5 persons P, Q, R, S, T. Each one of them have been assigned one task. Now P, Q, R, S and T. Task 2 must be assigned to either S or T. So task 2 in 2 ways it can be assigned. So either this or this. Task 1 can be assigned to neither P nor Q, and 1 could be assigned already task 2. So task 1 can be assigned in 2 ways. Then task 3 can be assigned in 3 ways. So 2 people already occupied. So 3 ways task 3 can be assigned. Task 4 remaining 2 ways. And task 5 the only person who is left, so 1 way. So 2 into 2 into 3 into 2 into 1. So that gives you how much? That gives you 24. So 24 again is the right option for this question. So it's 8 into 3 is 24. So 24 is the right answer. The next question is, there are large number of silver coins weighing 2, 5, 10, 25 and 50. I have to buy 78 grams. So how much I need? 50 plus 10 plus 10 plus 2 plus 2 plus 2 plus 2. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. So at least 7 coins are required to have 78 grams. So this is correct. To weigh 78 grams, how many coins can I use? So to weigh 78 grams, I can have 50 plus 25 plus 5 minus 2. So using 4 coins, I can have 78 as the answer. But note, this is only when I am weighing. It cannot be when I am buying the actual number of coins. So here, one can use less than 7 coins, that is correct. So both the statements 1 and 2 are correct in this case. Coming next is, A plus B means A is neither smaller nor greater nor equal. So that means A is greater than B. A minus B, sorry for this, A minus B means A is not greater than B. So A is less than or equal to B. A into B means A is not smaller than B. So A is either greater than or equal to B. A divided by B means A is neither greater nor equal. So A is smaller than B. A plus minus B means A is neither smaller nor greater, that is A is equal to B. Now this statement, if I write, it would be as Q is greater than or equal to P, P is or T is greater than or equal to P, then T plus R, so T is less than T plus R, so T is greater than R, just a second, okay, let me do it again. So P into Q, so P into Q is P is greater than or equal to Q, okay, so that's from the first statement. P minus T, so that means P is less than or equal to T. The next is T plus R, so T plus R is T is greater than R, then you have T divided by R, sorry, the original question paper does not have T plus R, it just has T divided by R. So T divided by R is T is less than R, and then R plus minus S, that means R is equal to S. So T is less than R is equal to S, and T is greater than or equal to P, okay, because I say P minus T, and then P is greater than or equal to Q. Now this is the series that I have got, right? Based on this, can I say Q is equal to P? Q is greater than or equal to P, or P is greater than or equal to. There can be a chance, but I cannot say for sure. Okay. S plus Q. S plus Q means S is greater than Q. So can I say S is greater than Q? S is greater than Q. Yes. This conclusion I can follow. So conclusion 2 I can follow. Conclusion 1 can be true in certain circumstances, not always. Okay. So conclusion 2 would always be true in this case. The next question here is, a question which is based on basically the idea where we are talking about unemployment rate, and it is used to measure the poor performance of the economy. But actually the passage says that this unemployment is not because actually there are no jobs, but this is actually because of the education level. People are not willing to go for other jobs that they are getting. So here unemployment must be seen as a function of rising education and aspirations of young Indians would be the right option. Coming next is another passage question. It says science by itself is not enough. That means basically the essence of the passage is science is not independent of philosophy. Once you understand the philosophy, you know the pros and the cons, and you won't be using science for a bad means, and therefore science and philosophy run together. And similarly, there is a close relationship between a good governance or a statesmanship, and that should include science and philosophy as well. So modern statesmen need to be well trained in science and philosophy to have a better perspective of roles, responsibilities and goals. The next question says that the last end of the state is not to dominate men or not to restrain them, but to enable them to function safely. So this whole passage is talking about personal safety. So personal safety is the right answer here. Coming next, what is the remainder if 2 raised to 192 is divided by 6? So if I have 2 raised to 3, then my remainder is 2. 2 raised to 4, the remainder is 4. 2 raised to 5, the remainder is again 2. That means when I have the power as even, odd, my remainder is 2. When my power is even, my remainder is 4. So here my power is even, so my remainder would be how much? 4. The next question is, consider the sequence. Now this is very simple. I have A, B, C, D. So A, B, C and D. In the next sequence, I would have D, A, B and C. Then I would have A, B, C and D. Okay, so A, B, C, D, D, A, B, C. Then I have A, B, C, D and so on. So basically there is some letter, I believe, that has gone missing in this question paper here. But the idea of this question was to understand the sequence as A, B, C, D. Then I start with D. So D, A, B, D, A, B, C. Okay. Then I start with C. Okay. So when I start with C, it is C, D, A, B. So it would be C, D, A, B. And then I start with B. So it would be B, B, C, D, A. So B, C, D, A. And then I would have again with A, so it would be A, B, C, D again. So my missing letters would be D, D, C, A. So here there is just one space, I believe, and there was an error. So D, D, C, A would be the option here. The next question is, A, B and C, D are 2-digit numbers. Multiplying A, B, so A, B into C, D gives me a number D, E, F. Okay, and E and F are 0 and 8. So I have these numbers as 0 and 8. Now I have to multiply it in such a way that I get a good number here. So I would do 12 into 34. So that would give me 48 cross 6, 36. So I would have 8, 2, 1 and 4. So 408 would be the answer, and this 4 and this 4 is same. So I have A, B and C would be equal to 1 plus 2 plus 3, that is 6. Okay, so 6 would be the right answer for this question. Coming next, consider the two statements. The true statement is one of P and Q were selected for job. So I have P, Q, R, S and T. So either P or Q was selected for job. This is a true statement, and at most 2 of R, S, T were selected. So of these 3, 2 were selected. Now let me consider, if I select T, then only one of them would select, which would make this statement true, but I have to keep this statement false. That means R and S would be selected. So if R and S are selected, from P and Q any one could be selected. So rather than at least 4, at least 3 would be selected for the job, and S is definitely selected for the job. So 1 is incorrect and 2 is correct. So only 2 would be the right option for this question. Clear? So here I repeat again, to keep this statement false, I have to ensure that both R and S are selected. Because if I select only T, then either of them would be selected, which would make the second statement false, and therefore the second statement true, and therefore this cannot be taken into account. So I have to select both R and S. When I am selecting both R and S, I can select either P or Q. So there can be at least 3 candidates which are selected, and S. So one of P and Q has to be selected. So 3 would be selected and S would be definitely selected. So 2 only is the right option. The next is, let P, Q, R, S be the 5 statements. If P is true, both R and S are true. If P is true, Q and S are true. If R and S are true, then T is false. Now based on this, can I say if Q is true, P is false? No. If T is true, I cannot say that P or R must be false. I cannot say that. So neither statement 1 or 2 I can explain based on the given information. The next question is, a cuboid has a dimension 7 by 5 by 3. So I have 7 here, 3 here, and 5 in the depth. Okay, very interesting. Understand it carefully. So this is 7, 3, 4, 5, 6. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Okay, and I cut it into 3 rows. Now it says there are exactly 15 cubes which have no paint on any surface. So in depth it is 5. I remove the first layer, I remove the last layer. Now between these 5 cubes are left between the 3 layers. So this is 5. I remove the first, I remove the last. So between these 3 rows are left, and within the center of these 3 rows 15 cubes are there. So 1 is correct. There are 15 cubes which do not have paint on any side. Now, how many cubes would have exactly 2 faces, one with blue and other with green? Now, very important, red is 7 by 5. Okay, so this is red. 5 by 3 is green. So 5 by 3, this face is green. This face is, the face that I have shaded is blue. So this would be green and this would be blue again. Now among this, I have to find out only 2 faces, not the corner. Because corner would have red also. I have to see only the face which would be like this. So at this fold there is 1 which would have blue green. At this fold there would be 1 which would have blue green. So 2 here and 2 here. So maximum 4 cubes that would have only 2 sides with blue green. Because any other side would have red touching to it and cannot be the option. Okay, so 1 is correct, 2 is incorrect would be the right answer. Now the next question is, incomprehensibilities are arranged in alphabetical order in reverse. So what would be the order? It would be T, S, S, R, P, O, N, N, M, L, I, 5 I's, then H, E, C, and B. And when I write this word here as such, this with this, R with N, E with N, H with M, E with L, N with I, S with I with I. So this is correct. Okay. So 1 is correct. Then B, then I with I again correct. This not correct, this correct. Then L with H, I with E, T with E, I with E, E with E, and S with B. So only 2 are there which would remain unchanged, the rest all would change. So 2 would be the right answer for this question. So with this we have covered the paper for your CSAT. Thanks for joining in, and we do have covered our lecture series where we have comprehensively covered the kind of questions which are asked in CSAT. Definitely this time there were numerous questions from probability, permutation, combination. Cover these topics carefully for future updates. Thanks.